All right, Jax.
Where are you off?
I'm just going to the petrol station for some milk. It's a pity me dad didn't leave the keys to the trading post, isn't it?
So, how will we get to Patelli to see him?
Well, I reckon our best way to go is dummy ways.
So when will we go? I finish here at about 1.
Well, the sooner we get down to the Birkenhead Tunnel, the better. So see if the miz with the muzzle let you off any earlier.
I doubt it. Mind you, Teddy's been in a good mood lately, so...
Morning, you two.
All right.
Hiya.
See your dad's shop still closed?
Yeah. Is this your new car?
No, Patricia's. She's letting me use it for a few hours. Mind you, they don't make them like they used to. I had a Morris Oxford for years when I was younger. Don't suppose you'd even know what one of those looked like, would you?
Hey, Jackie, come, Ed. There's things to do in here.
You coming in for your milk?
Yeah, I'll be in a minute. Mr. Crosby, I was wondering...
Blast! 1 penny over, would you believe it? Sorry?
Well, I was wondering, you know the way things are with me mum and dad? Well, no, it doesn't matter. It's all right.
No, hang on a minute, Mike. What is it? If I can help, I will.
Well, I was just thinking about what you were saying the other day, you know, about not being too hard on my dad. And anyway, me and our Jackie were thinking of going down and seeing him. And I was just wondering if there's any chance of a lift to the Birkenhead Tunnel. We're going to hitch.
Hitch? To where?
Well, he's taking our Tony and the other one to Butlands and Patelli.
Butlin. Do you know, I was at the very first camp they opened in Skegness in, when was it? 36 it must have been. Oh, it's a great outfit, Butlins. Do you know, I always fancied myself as a redcoat.
Well, anyway, we need to try and talk some sense into him.
Well, listen, I've got to pop into town for something, so I can give you a lift as far as the Birkenhead Tunnel. Hitchhiking to Bethelia, it's a long way. Well, you better watch yourself, you know. Things can be a bit dangerous on the road these days.
Well, it's the chance you take when you're skint, and it is an emergency.
Well, I think your dad would be too happy about his daughter being on the road hitching lifts, even if she is with her big brother.
Well, unless you know anyone who can take us all the way there, we just have to live with it.
Bethelia, it's a fair old distance, you know.
Are you thinking maybe you can take us, Mr. Crosby?
Well, it's not my car, Mike. Otherwise, you
well,
know...
Well, that's position if you like. I mean, I don't mind.
No, it's all right. I'll tell you what. I'll pay this, check the tyre pressures, and then I'll pop across and ask her.
Ah, nice one. Yeah, why don't you bring Mrs. Crosby as well and make a day of it?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, you haven't come for milk as well, have you?
No, for a magazine.
Right.
Hello. Did you have a good weekend?
That wasn't bad, you know. I went over to my old fellas, had me dinner, and then we went out for a few pints and that. What about you?
Oh, it was okay. I was thinking about our arrangement.
I'll help you with the ties if you like, Mr. Crosby.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you want to come inside? Hey, Jack, will you do us a favour? Go and clean down all the pumps or something for us?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just didn't want her to hear anything.
Yes. I had a really good time on Friday, and I've had a cancellation for tonight, and I just wondered if you'd like to meet up again.
Tonight?
I know it's a bit short notice.
It's really nice of you to offer and all that, like, and... well, I don't want this to sound sordid or anything, it's just... Well, it's the money.
Oh, I see. But I shouldn't have asked. I just enjoyed myself so much.
I mean, I had a great time as well, but,
Do you work shifts here?
Yeah, it's pretty boring, really. I mean, the worst bit's like today, you know, in between me morning shift and me evening shift.
Why?
Well, I mean, I've got a few hours to kill, haven't I? So all I do is just go over to the flat, put the telly on, mooch about, flick from channel to channel, watch boring daytime stuff.
Snap. Sounds exactly like my afternoons. I have nothing to do either.
Come on, love, eat your breakfast.
I don't feel like any. If my dad had carried on living with us, he'd still be alive.
I know it's hard, love, but we're all upset and, well, we've got to get over this together.
We've got to look forward now, Rach. I don't know what you're talking about. You hated him. You never wanted him to come back.
You know it wasn't as simple as that.
You shouldn't have chased him away. He was my dad. Rach. Rachel?
Oh, well, at least you can start to grieve for him now.
We've all got to, Mum. We've got to make it look right. So we mean it.
That stuff I identified as your dad's, I don't even want it here. Right, get me the phone book. I've got a funeral to arrange.
With a bit of luck, we can finally put all this behind us.
Hi, Mum.
Hello, love. How's things?
Awful. Everything seems to be an issue with Max these days. We had a ridiculous argument this morning because I burnt some toast and set the smoke alarm off.
Well, I suppose things will be a bit fraught until he gets somewhere else to live.
He won't go. I've tried helping him find somewhere else. I've tried changing the locks. He's digging his heels in. And there's this business of a possible custody battle for Thomas.
Oh, what does your solicitor say?
Oh, he's been on the phone and arranged a meeting with Max and his solicitor tomorrow. Sort out technicalities. Who gets what and when. Dreading seeing what the final bill for all this lot's going to be.
Oh, well, I suppose they'll come out of it smiling.
After all the heartache. A couple of years ago, I could have claimed legal aid. Now I'm going to have to foot the whole bill myself.
You are going to have to push the money to the back of your mind. Your priority is talking Max out of a custody battle.
Hello there.
Oh, hi, Dad. Listen, I better go and get started.
Patsy, before you go, I've just been talking to young Michael here, and he needs a lift to Pethelli, Butlins to be exact.
I don't want to put anyone on the spotlight, but I need to get me and our Jackie down to see me dad. It's family troubles, you know.
And I just thought it might make a nice day out.
Well, I don't need the car today, so it's up to you. Excuse me, gotta get started.
So, what do you reckon then? I mean, we can just go straight there, see me dad and come back if you want.
Well, you might as well. Got nothing else on, have you?
Well, I was going to pop down to town to pick up a suit for this dance marathon. As you were busy, I thought I'd take Julia along, you know, just get a feminine point of view.
Oh, I'm sure Julia won't mind missing a trip into town. Actually, I wouldn't mind a day trip to Wales myself.
You fancy coming, do you?
Well, I've got plenty to do, but I'd love to see what it's like down there nowadays.
So is it on then?
Well, why not? It's a fair old while since we both visited Butlins. Well, look, I'll just go and find Julia, cancel my date, and we can get going.
Ah, nice one. Listen, I'll just go and see Jackie, see if she can get off a bit earlier.
A misplaced optimism of youth, eh?
What do you mean?
Well, the poor lad's got a lot on if he thinks he's going to save his parents' marriage in an afternoon.
You know, I keep thinking that saying them clothes and that body and stuff was Trevor's was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, well, that's all I've thought about. I'm having these here.
Whose stuff is it anyway? And he's probably got family somewhere, wondering where he is.
Might just be some down and out. They probably aren't even bothered about him.
We've got 2 bodies involved here, you know. I'm beginning to feel like a serial killer.
Look, everything's fine. The police even said themselves that in all probability the body was Trevor's.
But what about all that stuff you see on, like, Inspector Morse, about dental records, stuff like that?
I don't know. I mean, Trevor had false teeth, and I suppose his records would be an island.
Oh, the sooner this funeral's over and he's buried, the better.
Oh, hang on. You can't do that. Well, you got to get him cremated. I mean, it's the only way to finish it for good.
He's right, you know, Mum. If anything should go wrong...
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. But let's just make sure.
Hello, Beth.
Hi. Come in.
Hello, Brenna.
I thought I'd bob backwards and forwards for the next couple of days. Help out with the funeral arrangements.
All right, thanks.
Window cleaner here again? Oh, I'm sorry. There was no need for that. Could I use the bathroom, please?
Sure. Don't need Brenna asking to see these.
We'll just put them in the bin, Mum.
No. I'm going to burn them. Dispose of them properly. Nobody must see them.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello, Julia.
Julia, glad I caught you. Bit of bad news, I'm afraid.
Oh, nothing too serious, I hope.
No, it's a bit of a mercy dash, actually. Apparently, Ron Dixon has taken his youngest boy and young Beverly from the shop here down with him to Butlins.
Oh, I don't know what the world's coming to. I mean, the man's got to live. Take this floozy on holiday and his poor wife's sick.
Yes. Anyway, look, the thing is, I'm afraid our little trip to town's got to be called off because I've offered to drive Michael and Jacqueline over there to see him.
Oh, what a shame. Butlins, eh? I was there in 1958 with my heart before he died.
Yes, well, Jean and I have decided to make a day of it, haven't we?
Oh, are you going as well, Jean? I would have loved to have done, but I've just realised I've got some important deliveries coming and I can't just leave the shop.
Oh, come on. I could do with some adult company. You did say you fancied a day out.
I know, but I can't just go.
Well, I'm not too busy.
Oh, well,
If that's an offer, I'm going to accept. It sounds like a good idea to me. You did say you wanted some adult company. Well, look, day's out.
Yes, don't we all? But, Julia, are you sure you get time off from work? I mean, I don't want to get you into trouble.
Oh, no problem, David. I was off this afternoon anyway.
Right, well, look, I'll just go and see if Michael and Jacqueline are ready, and I'll see you over there in a minute.
OK, see you in a minute then. I'll just nip back into the cellar. What's exciting, this?
Ah.
Got the lip boxed off?
Well, from memory, I think we take the A55 Coast Road and then head south. So, we fit?
Yeah, thanks.
So we picking Mrs. Crosby up?
Been a bit of a change of plan there. Jean can't come, so Julia's taking her place.
Oh, I thought you'd go without me then.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Oh, you youngsters don't mind me coming along, do you? Didn't think you would. I haven't been to Pwllheli for years. Oh, I love car journeys, I do. Well, I ask you, a bike, right?
Good Lord.
I mean to say, can you imagine me on a bike? You'd have all kinds of wolf listening what they could see. Anyway, it's about time they invented a side saddle bike. Much more dignified. Well, I must say I really enjoyed that car journey, didn't you, David?
Yes, Julia. Very informative. Right, now, I suggest we all meet back here in, what, say, 4 hours?
Yeah. The sooner we find my dad, the better, eh?
Well, we just have a look around.
Mike, look, I don't want to poke my nose in here, but tempers can get a bit frayed on occasions like these, so it's very cool, eh?
It's like on holiday, isn't it? Shame your wife couldn't be here. So, come on.
Oh, yeah. Come in.
Thank you. I remembered what you said about being bored in the afternoons. I wasn't doing much either, so...
So you're here. Do you want tea or coffee?
Coffee, please.
Sit down.
Thank you.
I don't have to be back in work for about another half an hour. Look, I hope you weren't offended, you know, by me knocking you back this evening. It's just... I'm short of cash.
No. I've got a confession to make. It's nothing very serious. I've just been a little economical with the truth.
Look, if you've got some deep talks, maybe it's best you don't tell me, eh?
No, I want to tell you, please. The friend I was talking to you about the other night, the immigrant, the one who has to find a husband so she can stay in this country. It's me.
You?
Yes. I'm illegal. I've more than overstayed my welcome. I'm the one who needs the husband.
It's a bit of a heavy secret to keep under your belt, isn't it?
Does it change your opinion of me?
No, it doesn't bother me. You're still the same person I went out with the other night.
When you said you'd marry this immigrant for less than £4,000, did you mean it?
Well, I mean, I had a few.
Well, I do have some money saved up. I wouldn't demand anything from you other than a piece of paper.
Well, you're serious, aren't you? But that's something I couldn't do.
But you said...
I know what I said, and saying something and doing something are two completely different things. I think it might be best if we cancel our arrangement for the time being, because things are starting to get a little bit too complicated, and I don't want that.
I'm sorry.
Anna, I'm sorry. It just wouldn't work.
I'll see you around.
My missus, you know, she's a good laugh. Well, when I say a good laugh, I mean the same way that Maggie Thatcher was a good socialist, you know. Anyway, I'm not one of these chauvinists. I'm one of these modern men. You know, I'll put my own slippers on and she's busy bringing the coal in. I mean, I only keep a coal fire because of her. You know, because the coal shed is at the bottom of the garden, you see, and it gets it out, you know. Anyway, like I said, she was pregnant, so I said, hey, you should have this baby the same way it was conceived. She said, I'm not getting in the back of a Mini. Hey, don't clap on your own luck, someone will throw you the fish. So, there was this fella, and he went and... No, sorry.
Come on then, ladies and gents, please put your hands together then for the next king of comedy, Ron Dixon.
Did you see the promenade with those two, Dad?
Oh, very slapdash. With one or two very untidy twist turns as well.
We've hardly practiced and we're still better than them.
Not
I
hard.
think we should get up there and show them how to do it properly.
Yeah, it's a pity the competition's only for residents.
Well, that's all right. We're Mr. and Mrs. Dixon, aren't we? Come on.
Go and get yourself a Coke or something. So, how did you get here anyway?
David Crosby gave us a lift.
Yeah, Julia's come as well.
Oh, great. Why didn't you bring a coach party from the Legion?
Dad, I'm serious. We don't want any trouble. But at least you could spare us a bit of your time.
Look, we just want you and my mum back together and leave her to do whatever she wants.
Look, what you've all got to realise is that Beverly, we're a couple now. Now, I know that it's hard for you to take, but it's a fact of life. And I don't have to keep on saying this, because I know it must hurt. But me and your mum's marriage is over. Even your mother admits that. Come on, love.
Didn't I tell you we were better than them?
We left them standing.
We look like the favourites on the word go. Oh, I think we deserve a winner's drink.
No, not for me, Julia, really. I'm driving, remember?
Oh, you can have one. We've got something to celebrate. And we've got ages yet.
All right, just one. Gosh, we were good, weren't we? What are you having?
Hiya. Come in.
Thanks. All right, I've got these for you.
Flowers? I mean, thanks, but...
Well, it'll make it look like a real funeral.
Hello?
I'll get off then.
No. Stay for a drink, please.
Mandy. I'd like it if you bring Trevor's body back to the house.
Back here?
Yes. It'd be nice if he didn't have to spend his last night on his own. I know that sounds stupid, but it's something the family's always done.
I think it'd frighten Rachel. She's upset enough as it is.
Well, it might help her to come to terms with it a bit easier. Please.
No, Brenna. Look, I'll go through a whole charade of a funeral, but to bring his body back here, it would just be a sham.
All right. I'll do my grieving in the funeral parlour before the burial.
Thanks.
Mum, haven't you told Brenna about the cremation?
Cremation?
Oh, yes, we decided a cremation would be best.
You can't have him cremated.
Well, I want him cremated.
You can't do
We
it.
can do what we want.
Not this time you can't.
But he was my husband.
He's my brother. He asked to be buried.
When?
In his will, for heaven's sake.
What will?
The one he wrote when he was in prison. He wrote and told me about it when he was in one of his more depressed moments. Look, I'll get it from the solicitor and show it to you if I have to. But let's do things peacefully. Let him rest with some dignity.
We'll have him buried, if that's what he wanted.
Can't believe they came all this way.
Yeah, well, they have, so what are you going to do about it?
Well, you were there, love. You heard what I said. We can't keep running away from things.
That's what we're doing here, though, isn't it? Running away.
No, it's not. We've just been taking the heat off ourselves for a while. Dad, you go on, love. It'll be fine.
Look, we just wanted to talk to you.
Dad, if you come home, we'll forgive you. It won't be mentioned again. We can just start with a clean slate, eh?
Michael, it's too late, son. When I do come home, it's going to be with Bev. You're wasting your time, kids. You and your posse might as well just go home.
So that's it then?
Look, a few more hours, that's all we need.
We've got to get back.
Yeah, a bit more time and we could have driven a wedge between the two of them, I know it.
No, it's too late now.
You know, there was a time when I was a lad, I thought I'd never get the rhythm of the tango. Now I feel almost Argentinian when I do.
Well, having danced the tango with an Argentinian when I was in Benidorm, I must say, there's not a great deal of difference.
Except they wear their trousers a bit tighter.
Oh!
So you ready then?
We've got a bit of a problem.
You haven't told them our good news, Julia.
What's up?
We won the dancing competition, so we decided to have a bit of a celebration. In fact, it might have been a bit too much of one.
Are you telling us you can't drive home?
Ah, no, Michael. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Can't you drive us?
I haven't got a license.
Oh, Ace, what are we supposed to do now?
We should go home.
No, we can't give in just like that. Look, they've gone now, haven't they? And look at us, we're staying in the palace here. Everything we need at hand. Let's just get back to having a good time.
Yeah, well, I'm finding that harder and harder.
Right, madam. Now, for the rest of the week, we don't even mention families or anything to do with them. Now, we're going to go down that Stars bar tonight and see that Roddle and his pigeon or whatever else he calls it. We're going to enjoy ourselves, okay?
Hello, Ron.
What's gone wrong now?
Bing's had a bit too much to drink.
Yes, I'm terribly sorry about this, Ron.
So we're going to have to stay for the night and we've got no dash, so you'll have to pay for us.
Right, well, I better get my jacket then, hadn't I?
It's all going wrong. They're trying to split us up, Ron. I know it.
They won't. They've got no chance.
I didn't expect to see you up yet.
No. I must admit it was a bit of a struggle, but we'll all be home in a couple of hours, wouldn't we?
We couldn't stay a little bit longer, could we? The children would like a little bit more time with the father.
Well, Julia, the thing is that I did actually manage to speak to Jean last night, and she's not too happy, to say the least.
I'm sure she could spare you for a few more hours.
Morning.
All right,
Morning,
Dad.
Ron.
Morning, Ron.
Sobered up yet, have we been?
I'm terribly sorry about all that, Ron.
Sally all right, Julia?
Oh, smashing, thanks. Me and Jackie shared one room, and the chaps had the other room. And we've even got our own telly.
Ooh.
Oh, and you know, after us winning the dancing competition yesterday, would you believe it? Second rounds today.
Get away.
Yeah, and if the opposition's anything like yesterday's, well, be a walkover. That's if we were to enter it, like.
Julia, I really don't think that's a terribly good idea.
Well, you're not shooting off straight away, are you, Mr. Crosby?
Well,
We're going to chat about it.
Look, I really think I need to go and get a bit of fresh air, if you'll excuse me.
Hey, hang on, Bing, we're all going down the fair in a minute. Do you fancy it?
Not in the slightest.
Oh, I'll come with you. See you all later.
Ta-da.
Ta-ra. Hey, Dad. Seeing as them two seem to be staying a bit longer, is it all right if me and Jackie hang around with yous?
Yeah? Yeah, I like that, son.
Nice one. What did you do that for?
I'm gonna work it so that we split them two up.
Max, before we go into that room with our solicitors, I need to know what you're going to be saying about Thomas.
What I intend to do about my son is that I'll continue to fight for custody of him.
It's pointless. My solicitor's already told me I'll almost definitely get custody.
Yes, well, he would tell you that, wouldn't he? These people will tell you anything for money.
Oh, so yours has told you that you'll win, I take it.
What I discuss with my solicitor is private.
Oh, don't be so childish. It's a joint meeting. Everything's going to be out in the open.
Well, why don't you wait till we get there till you find out what I'm going to do about Thomas?
Because I can't believe you'd put him through a custody battle. He starts school in a few weeks' time. He doesn't need this.
He needs a father. He needs both parents.
Oh, let's not go backwards, Max. I've filed for divorce, so let's keep things as acrimonious as we can, eh? So when it comes to Thomas, you don't stand a chance of getting him, so don't even bother trying to take me on.
Hiya.
Thanks for coming round.
Hiya. Let's look after you while Mummy pops out.
Max and I are having words.
Hiya.
Is Dad not back with the car yet? No. He got tipsy last night at Butlins and had to stay the night there with Julia Brogan.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I'll call a taxi.
There's no need for that. I'll give you a lift. Oh, sit in the back then if you don't want to sit next to me. I'll see you later. You ready?
I hope everything turns out the way you want it.
Oh, that was the vicar. He wanted to know if we wanted any special hymns for the funeral, so I said The Lord is My Shepherd would be nice. That was one of Trevor's favourites.
Well, I wish you'd let me speak to him.
I was just trying to be helpful. I wonder if you'd consider letting Rachel do a reading at the funeral.
Oh, no, she couldn't.
Why not? She's old enough to do something special for her dad.
Well, she's too distressed to stand up in a public place and do that.
Well, what about Beth? Oh, all right, I know she and her dad didn't exactly see eye to eye, but... Oh, he loved her so much. I think it'd be a nice gesture. Let him know she's thinking of him.
Well, I'll ask her.
Have you thought about the headstone inscription?
No, look, can you stop demanding all these decisions from me, please?
It needs to be organised. I don't want him in an unmarked grave like some nobody.
I don't have the money.
Well, I'll pay for it. I don't mind what it costs. Even if you're not bothered about a headstone, Mandy, think of the girls. One day they'll want somewhere to go and remember him.
Well, I couldn't think of anything to write on it.
Well, it doesn't have to be anything lavish, just simple and truthful. Husband, father, and loving brother. That'll do.
Looking forward to the day?
Yes. It'll be interesting to see how it's handled in the private sector.
Well, it's roughly the same direction. Same people will ask irrelevant questions, fall asleep, and get drunk in the pub at lunchtime.
You're such a cynic.
I have no illusions about people paying lip service to equal opportunities. Most of these people are only here because their section managers told them to come or it'll look good on their CVs.
What kind of expenses does the company allow while we're here?
Why? You thinking of clubbing it tonight?
No, I just phoned Mick from my room.
Well, the company won't pick up the tab for calling boyfriends. Anyway, you should give yourself a break from all that home life stuff. It's one of the perks of the job, getting away for a few days, being a free agent again.
Well, I only had a quick call.
Yes, I bet. Anyway, what's your room like?
Very nice, thanks.
bet you wish Mick was here to share it with you, don't you?
Fancy this ride.
Oh, it's a cracker.
Yeah, I know it's a cracker. Just don't fancy seeing me breakfast again. Nice as it was, like.
Oh, go on, enjoy yourself. Go on, Dad.
Hey, now don't be trying to force me into anything. But I'm not sure you should be going on it either. Not in your condition.
Oh, I'll be all right. Come on.
A plaster, are you, Bob?
No, nothing to do with that, is it?
Your dad's past it.
Hey, that'll be enough from you as well, all right?
Yeah, then Bev, me and you were going on, right? Hey, I'll find you a nice little seesaw later, Dad, all right?
Adrian and I have already had a prelim chat. We feel we can get through this relatively quickly and pain-free if we keep it as informal as possible.
Yes, I have already mentioned to Max this is more of an open forum, so to speak.
Good. Well, shall I get started? Might as well start at the top and discuss the house and residence of your son, Thomas.
Yes, Mr. Farnham and I have talked about this, and he still feels he'd like sole custody of the child.
I was hoping that yourself and Mrs. Farnham would have talked him round that.
Yes, but I'm afraid...
Excuse me for butting in here.
No, Max, please, before you say anything.
May I just point out the realistic consequences? The facts are that Mrs. Farnham has brought this action on grounds of adultery, which I gather is not being contested. What's more, and I'm sure my colleague will agree, residence of the child is normally resolved in favour of the mother in circumstances such as we have here.
This is my child we're talking about here.
Max, he needs a stable environment.
Oh, and I can't provide that?
Max, I want Thomas with me. Please. We've discussed this. It's not fair on him.
I know, all right. I hear what you're saying. I want access, proper access. I want him to know me. I don't want him on the fringes of my life. I won't fight for custody.
You don't have to worry. You can have as much access as you want.
Good. Now, if we can just move on to the business of the property at Brookside Close.
Why don't we just sell the house and halve the money?
Because if Mrs. Farnham has custody of the child, she'll need somewhere to live with him.
So I end up looking for another house?
Mrs. Farnham could buy you out if she has sufficient funds.
Now then, that sounds a bit more reasonable.
Unless when her financial status is assessed she hasn't got the capital, in which case the buyout may be deferred.
Until when?
When her income is of a sufficient level to offer this. We could agree, say, between, 5 and 10 years.
What?
Residence for your son is paramount, Max.
So I end up looking for a bedstead?
There is the matter of the rest of the property.
Ah, yes. Any chance of the sole cruet?
Max, shall I proceed? Are there any particular items that either of you want or don't want?
I don't want the bed.
I want the hi-fi. I want the dishwasher.
Going to rip out the fitted kitchen as well, are you?
No, but I need a dishwasher. I have a very busy life.
So do I, Max.
May I suggest you toss a coin?
If I may seek legal advice on that suggestion first.
Keeps costs down, Max.
Heads.
Heads it is.
So, I get the dishwasher.
Let's work this so that you get on with me dad and I get on with Bev.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm supposed to say, though.
We'll just tell him how much you miss him and make it sound convincing, Jackie.
Okay. Come on, Dad, I'll get on with you in case you get scared.
Right.
Well, I'll say I'm pleased that you seem to be getting on a bit better with Bev. I mean, I know it's not easy for you, but...
Yeah, but it doesn't mean to say we don't want you back to ourselves, Dad.
Look, love, when you get a bit older, you'll understand all this, you know.
All we understand is that we really miss you, and it's just not the same at home anymore.
Jackie, I thought you'd moved on from all that sort of talk.
Yeah, but you're still our Dad, and we just want you with us.
It was really good seeing our Jackie, Tony, me and me dad together again, wasn't it?
Meaning what?
You know, nice happy family unit.
Is this what this is all about? Trying to split us up?
Hey, leave me out, fella. You know what's about that bit?
What bit?
The fact that my dad is so much older than you. I mean, you showed the way he wouldn't even go on the ride, eh?
It doesn't matter to me whether or not he wants to go on the fair. That's not important. What is important is that he cares about me.
And what about our Jackie and Tony's feelings and all this? You've taken away their dad. I know this sounds hard, but you might meet somebody your own age. You can never replace our dad. Never.
Couple number 12.
You've won again. It's absolutely marvellous.
Oh, partnerships like ours are made in heaven. Oh, we've got to go for that final tomorrow.
No, really, Julia. I can't stay another day. And please, don't even mention the celebratory drink.
But there's £1,000 at stake for the winners.
But I've got to get home, love. Jean will disown me.
£1,000?
Are you sure?
Yeah, the red coat told me. One more day, and if we win, we'll be quids in. And I can't see us losing, can you?
£1,000?
Yeah, not to be sniffed at, is it? It's not as if you've got to rush home for anything, is it?
No, it's out of the question. Look, I feel grubby. I need a change of clothes.
We can get a shower back at the chalet. One more little dance tomorrow. And if we win, £1,000. We'll talk about it.
I thought you raised some good points in the discussion.
Thanks.
Yeah. For a rookie, you asked some pretty heavy questions as well.
Hey, less of the rookie. I know employment legislation inside out, remember? That's why you took me on, wasn't it?
No, I took you on for your good looks and your personality.
I think I'll give Mick a ring.
What, again? You'll be thinking you miss him. Or do you?
I just like to stay in touch, that's all.
You're really taken with him, aren't you? Well, I think I'm going to get a rest and read the paper before dinner.
No slouching for me. I think I'll make good use of the pool. See you at dinner.
Yeah.
Do you not come back with Max?
No, I couldn't have got in the car with him after that meeting.
Didn't that go too well?
Just all so cold. Discussing who gets what in the house. You talk about Thomas in one sentence and the fridge and the dishwasher in the next. Everything has to have someone's name on it.
Well, at least Thomas is all right, eh?
I'm going to need a hand when all this mess is finished.
I'll help all I can.
I know. Don't suppose you'd fancy moving back in here?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'd keep you on in the business and you could do part-time nannying.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hate it living on my own at that bedsit.
Well, it would be some company, and I know I don't fancy being here by myself very much.
When?
As soon as you can.
Great. What about Max, though? I mean, I don't want to be in the way.
You won't be. We'll be divorced and he'll be out of here for good in a few weeks.
Listen, I'll just have a quick word with these before they get off.
Okay.
Go ahead, so. Come ahead, mate.
Right.
Tony!
I'm really pleased with the way it's gone today. I was trying to explain to our Jackie, you know.
Dad, why don't we just come home with us tonight?
Michael's son, I wish you'd just listen.
Well, it's never too late, is it?
I thought you were coming to terms with the idea.
I don't want to come to terms with the idea of losing our dad.
What's being said here, then?
Well, it says a word.
All right, love?
Yeah?
Look, I think it's about time you started getting off home, innit? I mean, where the hell have Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers got to anyway? Time's getting on.
Come on, Michael. We'll meet you back at the chalet, Dad.
Yeah, all right.
I knew it. We should have gone back this morning.
Just stay calm, love. Another half an hour, they'll all be gone.
There's a nice shop here, you know, David. I'm sure you could find your shirt there.
Depends on what they've got.
Oh, you look like a come-dancing champion, whatever you're wearing. In fact, when we win that £1,000, you can buy as many shirts as you like.
Yes, I'm beginning to think it might be worth another evening in Butlins, providing we can convince Michael and Jacqueline.
Good. Oh, what are we like?
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
Yes, of course it is. We're both adults, aren't we?
I know. If the coast drive was back home, we'd have to take a bath together, wouldn't we?
Yes, yes. Well, look, you go ahead and have yours first, Julia.
Oh, fine. And no sneaking in to wash me back.
Hello. I thought you were having a rest before dinner.
Well, I got bored on my own. I thought things might be a little more interesting down here. You don't mind if I join you, do you?
No, not at all.
So, good day then.
Yes, it's given me a lot to think about. Do you think the company's going to stick to quotas for minority groups?
Well, there's pressure, even from within the company, to drop it.
But that would be a disaster.
Well, employment legislation has knocked the unions. Labour seems to be going flat out to mimic the Tories. Who's left to protest about these things?
True.
Anyway, enough of that. What kind of training do you do?
Training?
Well, you look as though you keep in shape. What is it, step-ups?
I go to the gym every now and again.
I see they've got a sauna here. You fancy one?
I'm beginning to turn into a prune as it is. I still have to catch Mick.
I thought you called him already.
I couldn't get through.
I hope this relationship isn't going to get in the way of your career.
I don't think so.
Nice costume. And wasn't that a birthmark on your back?
Yes, look. I'll see you later.
Bye.
You could pretend to show a little respect. At least wear something dark, if not black.
This isn't Ireland, Brenna.
Respect is respect wherever you are.
Well, what I'm wearing doesn't necessarily tell you how I feel inside.
It gives a clue.
He did a lot of harm here, Brenna. You know he did.
Well, if he did, he's paid the price for it, hasn't he? Oh, there was so much good in him.
Well, we didn't see much of it.
Oh, didn't you? Have you forgotten how hard he struggled to get you out of that crummy flat when you were first married? Or how he took on 2 jobs to make ends meet when you couldn't work because you were carrying Beth?
I know. I know. I married him because I loved him. But he had to go. I couldn't take any more of his temper or his beatings.
I hate to think of him dying all on his own. Like a tramp. Nobody cared about. Oh, I'd have cared for him if I knew where he was. Nobody wanted him.
I didn't want it to be like this.
Look, I know things have been strained between us. But I'd like us to try and be friends. And I'm sorry for saying you didn't care about Trevor. Inside, I know you're as upset as I am. I just wish one of us could have been with him in his last moments.
There's only a slim chance of this doing anything positive, you know.
Well, like you said, anything's worth a try.
Hey, have you seen Julian or Bing yet?
Around somewhere.
You've forgotten again, haven't you, Dad? Your wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Jackie, will you pack all this in?
And I got one from your mum off you because I knew you'd forget.
Thank you very much.
All you've got to do is sign it.
And we'll make sure it gets to her.
Well, all this is going to be on the joke now, isn't it?
You don't expect her to forget you just like that, do you?
Hello, everyone. Now, we don't want to push anyone, but we think we should stay another night. We reckon we could win that £1,000 prize money. And it's getting a bit late for travelling back home now, don't you think? I mean, it'll be dark soon.
£1,000?
Yes. We're the favourites, actually. And we don't need you to pay for this one, Ron. Our winnings tomorrow will take care of it easily, and Julia's cashed in her pension just in case.
So, it's up to you, too.
Hey, no, Julia, no. These two have really got to get off. I mean, it's a shame about the competition, like.
Well, it sounds all right to me. What do you reckon, Jackie?
Yeah, okay.
Right. Well, that's settled then. Well, you and I better go and find somewhere to practice. So, see you all later.
Ta-ra.
Right, now, as soon as this dance competition is over tomorrow, it's straight home, no messing.
Oh, of course. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You best go and find your Tony, because I'm not staying here a minute longer.
Beth, what are you doing,
I'm
love?
doing what I should have done as soon as your kids turned up.
Oh, yeah? Where are you going to go, like?
As far away from here as possible.
Oh, behave yourself.
Look, you can't boss me around, Ron. I'm not your wife.
I'm not... Look, I'm not trying to boss you around, all right? I just want you to see sense, that's all.
What? I'll wait around here while your Mike and Jackie make even more of a fool of me.
Beth, they're not trying to make a fool of you, love. They've just come to...
Get you back. The determined Ron. How do you think that makes me feel, eh? The home wrecker. I can't do it to them anymore.
Beth. Look, love, they're always going to be my kids. And they'll get tired of trying to split us. You see. Come on, let's have the rest of this little holiday together, eh? They'll come round, love. I know they will.
That's it. She's defo cracking. Just tomorrow when we'll have them two split up.
Brookie's back on Monday at the same time, and don't forget our Omnibus edition on Sunday at 10.
So, what time are you all getting back then?
This afternoon sometime.
Do you reckon you did the right thing, being staying over another night?
I rather think I didn't, actually, Ron. I tried to get through to Jean this morning, and Patricia said she wouldn't come to the phone.
Sounds like you might be in the doghouse.
Yeah, think if I were you, mate, to do myself a favour and get back home.
Don't be putting him off, Ron. We're only a few hours off winning £1,000, remember? We don't need people putting negative thoughts in his mind.
Now, that's out of order, Dad. You need encouragement.
Yeah, I must say, I do feel a bit tense.
Oh, that'll all go once you're under the telescope of the judges.
Now, look, Julia, as soon as we finish this dance competition, we pick up the winnings and then home, right? Straight home. If I stay here any longer, my first language is going to be Welsh.
You need to relax, David. You should do a bit of exercise. You look at the boat lake or something.
Yes, why not? It's a long time since I did a bit of rowing.
You fancy that, love? Now Jackie and Tony will be on a fair all day, so...
Yeah, whatever.
Good.
Right, look, I'll just nip and get the paper first, Bing.
We'll
All
see
right.
you at the boat lake then, eh?
Yeah. Right. This is the last day of our holidays, son. So don't say anything to inflame things, please.
Hiya. Thanks for coming. She's saying she can't go through with it.
Who's Brennan and Rachel?
They've gone to pick up the flowers. The funeral cars are going to be here soon.
There's no point in you trying to persuade me. I can't do it. The whole thing's ridiculous.
Think about what you're saying.
I know what I'm saying. I can't stand over an open grave and bury a body I know nothing about.
Mum, please.
Oh, go make your mum a cuppa. You've got to go through with it, Mandy.
I don't have to do anything.
You're joking, aren't you? This doesn't just involve you.
I never asked you to get involved. I can't take responsibility for your actions.
You did what you did to get out of a nightmare life. You can't give up now.
The nightmare's still here. Who do these belong to?
Mum.
I mean, it's all a fraud. We've got no right to do any of this.
Look, where does that leave us all, eh? The funeral's in less than an hour.
Please, Mum.
This shouldn't have happened.
Oh, so why did it happen? Why? Did you just do it on a whim?
No. He was going to kill us. And for the first time ever, he meant it. He really meant it. You don't know what it's like to feel trapped in a country, a world as big as this, and there's nowhere to hide, because he'd have found us and killed us.
Oh, and there's your chance to wipe the slate clean. So why are you still letting him control you?
Because I still love him. Stupid as it seems, I pitied him. I always believed I could change him. And I failed. I failed. And the worst of it is I feel so guilty for still loving him.
You don't need to. It's all right. All you've got to do is when we're putting that coffin in the ground, you just say to yourself, it's Trevor. And he's finally been laid to rest.
What's the matter? I was just a bit upset, love. Everything's fine.
Where's Auntie Brenner? She's just choosing a card. So this? Who's this?
It's your dad's.
My dad's? Doesn't look like this. Tick-tock tries to clock, it said on his watch.
Here's Brenner.
No, lovey, that one was stolen. This is another one.
Those clothes don't look like his either.
Beth, get a tissue, please.
Oh, she never left us all.
Is she okay? Are you all right for the reading after me, Beth?
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. The vicar had pointed out to you.
The cars are here.
Brenna, can you take them and get my jacket on, please?
You still doing the number with that on one? Well, you know,
You're dark on a sea, Terry.
Hey, never mind me. What about that Ron Dicko and that Bev one?
I know, yeah. I'm a member of staff down because of that lot. Well, Mike said he'd be off for the night. I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I mean, I'm having to do Jackie's shift as well as my own.
All right, Pete.
Hi.
Hey, isn't it Trevor Dawes' funeral today?
Yeah, it certainly is. Just 10, I think.
Yeah, I believe they found his body somewhere, didn't he?
Yeah, apparently so.
Oh, yeah, yes, she is. Woman of the moment. Hey, what do you think about one of your lodgers going out with this petrol tycoon here? Look, I better be going there. See you later, Tess.
And give my regards to Marianne when you see her, Mick.
You okay?
Yes, I'm going to do some shopping.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye-bye. I'm sorry about what Mick said.
Oh, don't worry about that. It was nothing to do with you. It was just a mate having a wind up and, well, we were sort of going out together, weren't we?
I wanted to apologise about that stupid suggestion the other day, you know, about marriage.
Oh, look, I just didn't want you going away thinking that I wasn't bothered about what happens to you. I am, but...
Please don't say any more. I was wondering if our arrangement for tonight was still cancelled.
No, as long as you don't ask me to marry, yeah?
It's a deal.
It sounds so. Meet me at my place, usual time.
Great. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later, then.
I don't want to go anywhere near that coffin. It's all so wrong.
Mum, she'll be getting suspicious.
I don't care.
We've got to care. Think about Rachel.
Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
shaking off a few cobwebs.
Oh, I think you needed a bit of limbering up, didn't you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did a bit of rowing when I was at university. Cock's paws.
Oh, sounds very impressive. 4 classes, eh?
Tim's all right, don't he?
Yeah.
I think Mr. Crosby's a bit fitter than you, don't Dad?
Well, it's more a matter of technique, Mike.
Feel a bit more relaxed now, do you?
Oh,
Look, babe, the important thing about getting into competition is getting in the right frame of mind.
What do you suggest?
Well, you've got to have a vision in your head, haven't you? You know, like you, immaculately dressed. Dancing shoes moving gracefully across a shiny dance floor.
Well, I do that, Rod, but I probably visualize myself flat on my back.
What about swans? Dolly always says they relax hair.
Really?
So will you all be there to cheer us on then?
Yeah, of course we will. Bev, is that all right with you, love?
If we go off home.
Come on, it'll be a good laugh.
Yeah, well, I don't feel much like it.
What's been said now?
Nothing. I haven't spoken to you, Mike and Jackie, today.
Look, I've paid up till tomorrow. And anyway, if we went back early, we'd look like we're going back with our tails between our legs. We've got to go back on our terms.
I'd like to read a short piece from the Bible chosen by my father's sister, Brenna. The God of all comfort. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion, and the God of all comfort, who comforts us all in our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble. If we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation. If we are comforted, if we are comforted,
for God's sake, get it off there.
Seen them do this down the beach. Now, when you get out there, keep your heads up. Don't let the others psych you out. Keep your back straight, and above all, keep all your movements fluent. You know, like slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. You can't beat the foxtrot.
We're doing a waltz, Rob.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean, don't you, Bing? Right, I'm going to grab a couple of ice creams before you start.
Would the finalists please take to the floor?
All right, this is it, kids. And remember, take no prisoners.
It's hardly a war, Rob.
Come on.
Thought any more about what I said?
Can't you just leave me alone?
You'll get over it, you know. I mean, can you really see yourself growing old with him? He's old already.
Here.
Where's Bev? Try not to think.
Do you think she suspects anything?
Don't think so, love.
I'm sorry, Mum. I don't know what happened.
I can't believe Trevor's gone.
I was saying to Rachel, he used to look after me when I was a girl. He'd take me everywhere with him. Oh, most of his friends hated having me around, but not Trevor. She's with me, he'd say. If you don't like it, get lost. Oh, I'll miss him.
Miss him?
Yes. Miss him.
How can you miss him? He behaved like a psychopath with us. No, Mum. Anyone who didn't live with him thought he was Mr. Wonderful and Mr. Charming.
The man is dead. Can you not let him rest in peace? When he lived, he was tormented.
Yeah. And he tormented us at every opportunity he got.
You drove him to it.
Let's all settle down.
Drove him to what? Putting his disgusting hands all over us.
Now, that's enough, Beth.
Is it? Keep the family secret, shall we? Your lovely brother abused me. He raped me. And then he raped Rachel. Who drove him to that? As far as I'm concerned, he deserved everything he got. Because that's what he was really like. First me, and then Rachel in one of his so-called weaker moments. It was all starting again. And that's why we...
Be quiet. Leave Brenner alone.
Beth!
Right, say hi.
Hiya.
All right. Hello, Mick. All right, Charles. So, how'd it go then?
Fine.
Fine? It was great. We had a really good time. All good, clean, hard work. So, what was the hotel like? Oh, good facilities. Nice bar, swimming pool, jacuzzi. Right, I'm off.
Do you fancy a coffee before you go?
Yeah, why not? Look, the kids have been making some cakes for Marianne, and the place is a real mess, you know. Maybe you should employ that super efficient chambermaid from the hotel.
Yeah, she was pretty good, wasn't she?
Hey, Mick, you ought to get used to this. She's going to be doing a lot more of this sort of stuff. She's a star. Nice to have you back.
Beth, I'm going for a walk, Mum. Hiya, Beth. Hiya. You all right? Yeah.
Hiya.
Hiya.
Everything all right?
Yeah. I just had to get away. I hate funerals.
I know what you mean. Everyone's sitting around wondering what to talk about.
There's plenty to talk about in there.
Do you fancy coffee?
Yeah, okay then.
Coming?
Oh, I've got to get some of my stuff moved over to Patricia's.
Are you moving in?
Yeah.
Well, that's it then. We'll celebrate your new digs with a cup of coffee and a chocolate biscuit.
Okay.
Great. And taboo subjects are politics, religion, and the state of Mike and Keith's bedroom.
I'm sorry about the mess. It's no problem. Look, I reckon we can do the Coventry, Glasgow, and Newcastle trips together, but I won't be able to do the Leeds conference because I'll be in Amsterdam. So you'll have to do that one on your own.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to that already.
You'll be all right. Won't you, Mick?
Yeah, of course you will.
Right, I'm off. Nice to meet you again, Mick.
Yeah, and you.
Right, I'll see you on Monday. We'll write up the conference reports and I'll sort the accommodation for the next lot. It's all right, I'll see myself out.
What about your coffee?
It's nice, but I got a dash. Look, I'll see you later.
Bye.
I'll see you again, then, eh? Come here. Made up to see, you know. I was dying to give her a hug, but I didn't want to, you know, not with him around.
Him?
Well, you know what I mean. And then you invite him up for coffee, and I find you going on even more conferences.
Oh, well, this is a nice welcome home, isn't it?
Well, let's him with all his nice bar, swimming pool, jacuzzi.
Perks of the job.
I know, but you're becoming like a travelling sales rep or something.
I have to go where the company needs me.
Oh, why? And that means that old Lord Charles will be seeing more of you than I will.
But don't start all that again. I'm really pleased to be back with you.
Yeah, for how long, eh? You're going to be swanning off again soon.
Look, I'm going home. I can do without your jealousy.
Look, I'm sorry.
The job's already difficult enough, Mick, without you giving me a hard time when I'm away from it. I'll see you.
No, thanks.
Not long to your results, then, eh?
I can't wait. I reckon I'll fail my chemistry, but I might just scrape the other 3.
Have you thought about what you'll do if you don't get the grades for med school?
I ain't got a clue. Might have to join the Foreign Legion. Is that what you want to be, a doctor? Yeah, if I get the grades.
If you get the grades, we'll celebrate.
Oh, don't you start. I've already got my mum on my back about celebrating my 18th next week. Oh, you doing anything special? Don't think so.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Go off anywhere nice?
Well, I'm not sure, really. I'm just meeting a friend.
Anyone we know?
I don't think so. Bye-bye.
Right. Who's for pizza? My treat, so don't even think of refusing.
Well, put that way, I can't refuse. I'll have anything. Be a change to have a pizza, and I'm looking to the Chinese near my bedsit. Do you like living on your own? No, I hate it. That's why I jumped at Patricia's offer to move back here. Well, tell you what, when you move in, we'll go out somewhere. Maybe the cinema. Yeah.
Well, if you're going to the pictures, I wouldn't mind tagging along. Must be the only person that hasn't seen Jurassic Park yet.
Yeah, okay. Anytime.
Bev not been back?
No, I haven't seen her.
Just asked some woman to go on the ladies and look for her. She said she wasn't in there.
Well, maybe something's pricking her conscience.
Hey. What have you said to her, Michael?
Not a lot. I think she's got a lot on her mind. Right, where should we go then?
It's your night.
Well, I don't fancy town on a Friday night, so should we go somewhere local, like Lilith?
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on, it's dead handy.
Yes, but what about local people seeing us out together as a couple?
Don't worry about them. They already drink with a couple, don't they?
No. You know Terry, don't you?
All right.
Shall I see you inside?
Yeah, all right.
I take it this is part of your job, not a hot date.
So?
So you're doing it on your own doorstep, for God's sake.
It's my choice.
Anna, you know, I've never liked what you're doing, but I've put up with it. But having a local guy as a client...
I don't have the luxury of being able to choose where my boyfriends come from.
Well, that's all right for you. But I don't want to be picked up for running a brothel when one of the locals decides to make a house call.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying I'm seriously thinking of asking you to leave again. If you don't stop this.
Dad? Hey, nice one. 3 on the trot and your quid's in.
I'm afraid not. Apparently the £1,000 is the prize of the regional finals to be held in Preston.
How come? I thought it was all in the bag.
Oh, I didn't listen to the red coat properly. I mean, it's not like me to get things wrong.
What's Mrs. Crosby going to say?
Quite.
Oh, you're all right there, David. I'll explain it to you if you like.
No, thank you, Julia. That won't be necessary. She'll understand.
I must say, I've really enjoyed myself, even though I didn't pick up the winnings.
Yes, it's been quite an experience, hasn't it? Well, look, Mike, why don't you go and collect Jackie at the fun pool, and we'll see you over at the chalet and get going.
Right. What have you said to her?
Steady on, right?
What's the matter?
He knows what the matter is. He's had words with Bev and now she's packed up and gone off somewhere. Where's she gone, Michael?
I haven't got a clue, Dad, honest.
I'm just so glad the whole business is over. Never thought it would be.
Life's full of twists and turns.
Just wish Brenner hadn't insisted on a burial. Cremation would have ended everything.
Yeah, well, it's tidy enough now.
If it's all right with you, I'll call a cab and I'll be on my way.
Okay.
And it's been a stressful affair. You know how it is, funerals, emotions. Could you do something for me?
Sure.
Trevor's signature ring, the one from the identification.
What about it?
Could I have it?
His belongings are still with the police.
Oh, okay, well, I can call back next week. It's precious. It was our dad's. I'd really like to have it. Yeah. I'll call the cab.
Oh, why can't she just get lost?
Won't we able to give her that ring?
Why not?
The ring she wants has been buried with Trevor.
You mean the one that she wants is buried 6 foot under the patio? So what the hell do we do now? How then, Ron? How the holidays go, mate?
Going great, wasn't it, until... Bev?
Bev! All right, Ron, I'm on the horse, right?
Yeah, are you, Mick?
Bev! Bev, hang on, Bev!
Sorry, love, I thought you were someone else.
You okay, then?
Oh, great. I don't suppose you've seen Bev around, have you?
No, I thought she'd gone on the Butlins holiday with you.
Yeah, well, we went together. And Jackie and Michael turned up and... Well, if you must know, Bev ran out on me.
Joined the club, mate. Me and Marianne have had a big bust-up and all.
Yeah, but the whole neighbourhood won't be glad to see you fall flat on your backside, though, will they?
Lynn? Lynn, it's me. Look, I really need to see you. Oh, please, Lynn, I've got to talk to you. No, not round at yours. Well, I don't want to risk running into Ron, do I? And if you see him, don't let on I'm staying at my mum's. Please, Lynn, will you meet me?
So, what did you say to her once you rung back again?
Well, I just fobbed her off saying I've been too busy to think about it. But you don't know Brenna. She won't just give up and forget about it. She wants Trevor's signet ring.
Well, morning. Smashing day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hope it keeps fine for the Southport Flower Show. I'm hoping to take Jean.
Very nice.
I'm trying to earn a few brownie points back, actually, after deserting her last week. Also volunteered to help out in the florist.
Oh, Yuri!
I better get going.
I think Julia's trying to attract your attention, isn't
No, it's not me she wants. No, I'll see you. Bye.
See you, Bing.
Look, I know I shouldn't be involving you, but I can't worry Beth with it. She's had more than enough. I mean, she doesn't even want to celebrate her 18th on Wednesday on account of everything that's happened.
Well, she should celebrate it, though, shouldn't she? I mean, what's the point of everything that's happened if you and the kids can't go on and lead a normal life?
Beth, more than any of us, deserves to be happy.
I know. Let's arrange a surprise party for her. Get a few of her mates together.
Oh, I don't know. I can hardly manage to think straight.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Well, it's not your fault. Look, we can't talk here. Tell you what, I'll nip round to yours later on, and don't worry. We'll sort something out about the signet ring.
You're very keen to help me. You still feeling guilty for having left me all alone last week when you went off on your exotic travels with another woman?
Oh, come on. I was trapped, for God's sake. I couldn't get the blessed woman to come home once she got us involved in that dancing competition, but look, you know it was all entirely innocent.
As it happens, this time I happen to believe you.
Well, it would be fairly preposterous, wouldn't it, thinking that I was attracted to Julia?
Well, she's certainly not your usual type.
What do you mean by that?
All right. Mixed bouquet, please, love. It's for the missus, you know, my Jackie.
Oh, is it her birthday?
No, she's got a cob on, you know. It's all these late nights I've been working at the club. Still, you know, got to do it, haven't you, eh, when you're managing the place?
Really? I thought you were head of security.
No, I've been left in charge. You know, while Barry and the new owner are away, like.
I can do you a mixed bouquet. Oh, there are some roses coming in later on.
Which do you think?
Well, roses do have a certain je ne sais quoi.
Well, roses it is. She's worth it.
I'll make a note of it.
Right, look. I've heard you're not short of the hours je ne sais what's it yourself, according to Julia Brogan.
Oh. That woman is not of this planet.
Oh, by the way, the delivery man usually calls just before 10, so if you could call in any time after that.
OK, will do, love. Right, cheerio then, campers.
God knows what Julia's been telling people. Jean, please, you will help me keep that woman at arm's length, won't you?
Certainly not.
What?
After all the years you have spent flirting, I am just going to sit back and watch the biter bit for once.
Want some more toast?
No, thanks. Anna, this is ridiculous. We can't go on not speaking to each other.
You had plenty to say the other night.
Well, yeah. Do you really expect me to keep my mouth shut when you're running an escort agency from your own doorstep? And with Terry Sullivan, for God's sake, he's hardly your type, is he?
Been a bit of a snob, aren't we, for a one-time socialist?
I've nothing against him. Except what I have against any man who exploits women by paying for sex.
Sex and friendship. Besides, the only people being exploited are the men like Terry who have to pay for these things. I'm the one in control.
You don't honestly believe that, do you?
You might too, if you just listen and stop making judgments. Look, everybody sells what they have. You sell your brains, other people sell their skills or their muscle. I'm no more exploited because I choose to sell my body.
You're beginning to enjoy it, aren't you?
I didn't say that. I'm just trying to make you understand. I have to have money. I'm illegal. This is a way around the problem.
Yes, I know.
And yes, at first I hated it, and the streets are dangerous. But now I choose the men I'm safe with, like Terry. And I see it for what it is. It's no different to any other sort of business. I supply a service. And on my terms, I'm just making a few sad men a little happier.
Sorry, Ron, mate. Just after a box of your chuckies there, you know. That'll do, please, Ron.
Oh, you're all right, Mick. I was just trying to ring Bev's flat again, see if she's turned up back there. Tried everywhere else I can think of.
Listen, Ron, what I meant before, like, look, not everybody's judging you, you know.
Yeah, well, cheers, mate. That's 480, please.
I'm not saying that everybody approves, like, with you being married to Dee Dee and that, but, look, I'm in no position to throw stones, am I? I mean, I'm still technically married to Josie.
Yeah, but it's a bit different, isn't it, eh? I mean, Josie had already left you. People must think I'm a right toe rag with my wife being stuck away with depression.
Oh, I don't suppose you deliberately set out to hurt Dee Dee, though, did you? I mean, any more than Marianne and me meant to her tell us when we got together.
Thing is, though, Michael, people have been hurt. And in my case, it looks like it was all for nothing.
Come on, Ron. It doesn't have to be for nothing, though, does it? Not for either of us. Look, I can climb down off my high horse and try and patch things up with Marianne, can't I? And you can try and find Bev.
It's easier said than done, though, isn't it? Suppose I should put me bulletproof vest on and go around to Frank and Lynn, see if they know where she is. It's got to be worth a try, though, isn't it? Nothing else to lose, have I?
Yes, go for it.
Keith said you were here. Those for me by any chance?
Yeah. And they come with a great big note that says, That was a real divvy for kicking off like that.
Same here. Except I didn't bring any chocolates.
Sorry, folks, but you'll have to have this reconciliation somewhere else. Very touchy, though it may be. I've got my own game of Find the Lady to play.
Yeah, good luck, Ron.
Cheers, mate.
All right, Jimmy. All right, kids.
Jimbo.
All right, Mum.
Oh, Jim, you haven't got a minute, have you? Well,
sure.
thanks very much. Thanks again.
What can I do for you?
Same as last time, if you can manage it.
Yeah. But why am I risking my neck getting it, eh?
Hey, 'cause you're the main man, aren't you, running the club and everything? No one's going to be suspicious of you talking to a taxi driver. It'll just look like club business.
Yeah, I suppose. And it's a few bob in my pocket, isn't it?
Absolutely, mate.
All right, Julia. I was talking to your dancing partner earlier. Out of this world, he said you are.
Oh, get away with you. It's me dancing he's drawn to. Mind you, there were times I could see that David felt quite cosy sharing our little nest on Dunlin Court.
What I want to know is why you weren't working here instead of getting up to all these shenanigans in the chalet.
We were unavoidably detained. And anyway, nothing happened in the chalet.
All right, well, better luck next time. Leave it with me, Squire, and see what I can do.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Lynn, hang on.
I'm on my way out.
I just want to ask you if you know where your Bev is, that's all.
Yeah, she's out of your reach, thank God. And she wants to keep it that way. So why don't you just leave her alone?
Look, Lynn, I know what you think of me, but I'm really worried about her. A pregnant girl on her own.
And whose fault's that, eh? God, I never credited our Bev with much sense when it came to men. But a married man of your age should know better.
But can't you see? I gave everything up to stand by her, to look after her. I want to make a new life with her.
Yeah, well, tough. Because she doesn't want to lay eyes on you or even speak to you ever again.
All right for some.
What? Just taking a break from your managerial duties.
Barry and Oscar have been away for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, taking a break in Spain. Anyway, they've left the club in safe hands. I'm thinking of having a rave night. You know, surprise them with the upturn of my profits when they get back.
Well, one-man recession's busted, eh?
Hey, I take my responsibilities seriously. I'm the ambassador for this place while those two are away.
What, like Les Patterson?
Hey?
No, straight up, you look that smart. Actually, it must be hard coping on your own.
Nothing I can't deal with, mate.
So you're the one who says who comes and goes now, and says who has the parties?
None of that.
Dead handy, that, because Mandy Jordash is looking for a place to have a surprise 18th for their eldest girl. And the poor kid's had nothing to smile about since her old fella died, you know. And Mandy hasn't got much money, you know what, with her being a widow.
Why? Trying to get me to lend him in at reduced rates, are you?
No, mate, no. No, you'd have to get permission for that.
Permission, me? Behave yourself, will you? Total carte blanche I've got in that place. I could let him in for nothing if I wanted to.
Well, nice one, Jim. Well, I'll let Mandy know about that then, if she decides to have it here, like.
I never said it would.
And hey, that's a good executive decision, that, you know, good for the club's image, you know what I mean? Helping a poor unfortunate girl, especially with the first drink thrown in free.
You what?
Thanks for coming, Lynn. Well, not that I know why I have, after what you...
Oh, I know, Lynn. I know what I've done, and I need your help.
Help? Huh?
I need you to tell me where Ron's wife is, so I can go and see her.
Thanks. It's one of Rachel's.
Must have blown over. I thought it was a bit small to be one of my cookies.
Claire?
Hi.
You're home from work early?
Yeah, I've got a report to finish. The office is chaos.
Well, thanks again.
All right. You lot coming to the party, then?
Oh, what's this in aid of?
Well, it's Beth's 18th on Wednesday.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well, you know, the birthday girl's not in the mood for organising anything over the funeral, just getting over and that.
Sinbad suggested I plan a surprise party for her.
It's a nice idea.
Do you really think so?
Yeah, why not? I'm all for helping her enjoy herself.
Well, I wouldn't know who to invite, because she doesn't have any friends around here.
Oh, well, there's the four of us, and Margaret at the Farnhams. She knows Beth.
I'm not sure I'll be able to come, actually. I think I might have to work on Wednesday. But I expect Mike or Keith will be able to.
I've already got Jimmy on standby at the club for free, but only if you decide to have it.
I would like her to enjoy herself. God knows she hasn't had much chance. With her A-levels and everything.
The results soon, isn't it? Yeah, well, the last few days are the worst. I should know. A good party might take her mind off the waiting.
Well, 2 reasons for one party. It'd be a shame to let her 18th go past without marking it somehow.
OK. I'll get back to you with the details, if that's all right.
Fine. And if there's anything we can do to help, just let us know.
Yeah.
Anna, why don't you come? Give work a miss for once.
Don't look down on me, Peter. I'm trying to help myself the best way I know how.
I have tried to help.
Every way but one.
You still think I ought to marry you and be your Mr. Green Card, don't you?
Not ought to, no. Just wish you wanted to. I don't think you and I ever had a real chance to find out what we could mean to each other. When we met, everything was so entangled with Diana. Maybe if we started from here.
Anna, don't, please.
Don't worry, I won't embarrass you by begging.
Anna, you know, I fancied you, but... Well, the timing was all wrong, like you said. Things are different now. It's nothing to do with you, how attractive you are or anything. It's to do with me. I'm just happy being single and very unattached.
It's all right. I understand.
I'm sorry I can't feel the way you want me to. I just don't feel able to get involved with anybody else.
I'll take you out to lunch, you said.
Well, it is out, isn't it? Anyway, I'm a cheapskate.
Yeah.
And you get too many executive lunches already.
You do know I'm not prepared to give them up, don't you? The working lunches, the courses I have to go on. I want to make a success of this job, Mick, whatever it takes.
I know, and I will get my head round it, OK? It's just that, you know, I worry sometimes that you'll leave me behind, that's all.
No way! I intend dragging you up every rung of my ladder of success right along with me.
Sounds all right to me.
As a matter of fact, you can start playing the corporate boyfriend on Wednesday.
All right, come on.
No, you'll like this. You know the company sponsors a sports project for inner-city kids?
You mean the little scheme that Charles dreamt up in his lunch hour?
You. Well, they're putting on a display to show us what they've achieved.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I know it's the sort of thing that Grayson should be supporting and that, but...
So, you'll come then?
I'd have to get a babysitter and all that.
Bring Leo and Gemma along, they'd love it.
I don't know.
Oh, go on, Mick. Look, I'd really like to let the people from work meet the man in my life.
Who else is going to be there?
One of the directors, maybe. Charles, for definite. He really likes you, Mick. It would be good if you two got to know each other. Please?
All right.
Ah, love's young dream, eh? Not that I'm past the odd flutter myself. Have you heard from Beth?
No. Seems like she doesn't want me to find her.
Ah, might be for the best, love.
Julia.
Oh, I just thought I'd check if we'd be getting together for a practice session for our dance marathon. It is this weekend.
Yes, well, I'm not absolutely...
And we've got our kick step to sharpen up for the ballroom finals. The marathons, finals. I really do believe you two are a partnership made in heaven.
I just better go and move that rubbish you wanted clearing. Excuse me, I won't be a minute.
I expect nerves are getting the better of him. What with 2 competitions coming up. The marathon and then the ballroom finals. How well you know him, Julia.
Do you know, I'm beginning to wonder just how close you two got in your little jaunt to Butlins last week.
Oh, yeah, we didn't, Oh, I wouldn't want you to think that, Oh, I mean to say, I better go. Brian'll be looking for me.
She gone yet? I'm beginning to feel positively hunted by that woman. I say, old Ron's been doing a fair bit of coming and going today, hasn't he?
He's beginning to look as depressed as his poor wife. Do you think he might get back together again now this young girl's off the scene?
I doubt it. Some marriages aren't very easy to repair.
I wish Max and Patricia could get their problems sorted out. It's such a sad business seeing our daughter's marriage fall apart.
Yes, it'll be a pretty costly business for her too, won't it? What with legal fees and the rest of it. That's not to mention the emotional strain on poor little Thomas. You, closing up again then, Ron?
Yeah, well, I was going to stick it out for the rest of the day, Bing, but do you know something? I just feel like all the heart's just gone right out of me.
Oh, well, tomorrow's another day, eh?
Yeah, that's another thing. For the first time in my life, wish it wasn't. Ta-ra.
I still love him. I realise I've got to give him up.
I did say it'd end in tears.
Yeah, well, it's not just my tears this time, is it? I've managed to hurt everyone. Ron, Mike, Jackie and Tony, especially Dee Dee.
Well, can't argue with that. I still can't see what good you think you going to see her can do.
Well, it might help her if I can explain to her that I'm sorry, that it's over with me and Ron, that it was all my fault.
I'd never forgive myself for telling you where she was made things even worse for her.
But it won't, don't you see? If I explained to her that Ron hurting her was all down to me, she might be able to forgive him. Dee Dee and Ron might be able to get back together again.
I don't know.
Well, let this be the one good thing I can do out of all this mess I've made. Let me do it, Lynn.
She's in the convent of the Blessed Sisters.
Thanks, Lynn.
But if this causes any more grief...
It won't, I promise you. I've done all the damage I'm gonna do.
Oh, aye, Julia. So you're talking with your boyfriend earlier on?
Don't you be going spreading gossip like that, Jimmy Corkill. You can do an innocent woman like me a lot of damage spreading malicious talk like that.
All right, it's all right. Keep your wig on. Hey, catch you on the club later on, OK?
All right, and Jimmy, thanks again.
Yeah, no problem.
A word to the wise.
Sorry?
A good egg should never be seen next to a bad apple.
Do you think we could do this in English, Julia?
I'm just saying that if Jimmy Corkill's offering you knockoff, don't you have anything to do with it, lad. Don't touch it, not even with your rubber palming gloves on. I wouldn't like to see a clean living lad like you corrupted by the likes of him, that's all.
Thanks, Julia. I appreciate the concern.
Don't mention it, Brian, love. We're all put on this earth to help one another.
You couldn't find another signet ring like it, could you? Get one made, even.
It was the first thing I thought of. But you'd never find one like it. Trevor's signet ring was specially made. It was distinctive. And his looked old, worn, you know. A new one would never fool Brenner.
So, you think she'd leave you alone for good if she did get the ring?
It's the only link we have with her now. If it wasn't for this, she'd go away and forget about us. As it is, she's the only person who might go on asking, well, awkward questions, you know?
Look, we both know that I know what's out there. So what's the use of pretending? I know what you did. I know why you did it. I want to help you. We've got to get that ring back and give it to Brenner.
But how? When?
It's going to have to be me, isn't it? You're going to have this surprise party and keep Beth and Rachel out of the way while I do it.
It's no use. I can't let you. I can't even bring myself to think about it.
There's no choice, is there? You're going to have to get that ring back. And I'm going to have to dig it up for you.
Yeah, I'll see to it.
Family day out?
Yeah, sort of. Sports demo, you know, bit of judo, bit of footy and that.
I thought you'd been well into that.
Oh, I am, yeah. Just that it's a company do, you know. Marianne's boss and that, he's a real smarmy one.
Teddy, is it all right if I get off now?
Yeah, all right, and I won't dock you any money for getting off 5 minutes early.
It's just I'm going to visit my mum tonight.
Oh, yeah, showcase you still in the Aussie?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, say hello to Mum for us, eh, Jax? Has Jackie said if Mum's got over depression, like?
Nah, she doesn't talk about it much.
We ought to get going. I told Charles we'd be there at 7.
Right, well, I'll take your money off you and then I'll go and get my glad rags on.
You got a date tonight, Tez?
Yeah, you could say that.
But I can guess who with.
I'm going now. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Hello,
Right.
come in.
Just met Margaret on the doorstep.
How was Putlin's?
It was all right. Oh, we didn't get bet anything.
No sweat. We can put our names on your card.
Get lost.
You being at the party's the main thing. You're not all still going at you. Beth still doesn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to work. I'm sorry. Okay, bye-bye.
See ya.
Yeah, but I'm all set. Just off round to Best to ask her out for a drink.
Oh, cool. Well, we've got to get Beth out the house so that we can get round to the club for the supplies.
So Mandy asked me if I'd ask her out for a quiet drink down the local.
Well, that should be Mike's job, shouldn't it? He's going out with her.
Beth knocked them back, though, didn't she?
Yeah, all right. But this might be my chance to get back in with her.
Yeah, well, if you ask her, there's no guarantee she'll come out, is there? So, yeah, better than me. See you later.
Yeah, go for it, Rigsby. See you, Pete. Hey, listen, you don't mind if I wait here till Beth goes out, do you?
You're not going straight round the club?
No, well, I'm taking Mandy and Rachel round later. And Mandy's not used to clubs and that.
Right, well, make yourself at home.
Cheers.
Should be a good night, eh? What's in your bag?
Oh, nothing. Just some stuff I'm taking round to Mandy's later.
Well, it's just I hadn't really planned on going out tonight.
Oh, but you only get 1/18th, and when Peter's been thoughtful enough to come around and ask.
There's probably some law against not celebrating.
Oh, well, all right then, if you're sure. Thanks. I'll just go and comb my hair.
Hurry up.
All right.
Thought it wasn't going to work then. You've had to abandon your best laid plans. Still, guess it can all go ahead now, can't it?
They get to use this place a couple of nights a week, but the committee's aiming to build its own sports centre eventually.
Yeah? Sound, innit?
Charles puts a lot of effort into Grayson's sponsorship of this particular project.
Excuse me, you just...
If you want to make his night, say something good about it. He'd be thrilled to bits if he thinks you're impressed.
Mick, glad you could make it. All right, Charles. So, come and have a look. What do you think?
I think it's good. What do you think, Dad?
Yeah, I think it's great. No, honestly, I think it's dead sound. So, was this all your idea then, or what?
Well, I can't take all the credit. I knew that other companies were sponsoring similar schemes up and down the country. I would have preferred it to be specifically for black kids, but the company director said no.
I never thought about you needing clothes to change into.
Well, I can't go digging in these, can I?
I shouldn't even be thinking of letting you do this.
Yeah, well, you've got no choice, have you? And Trevor's sister's not going to leave you alone till she gets that signet ring of his back. Did you leave the tools where we said?
Yeah.
Look, all you've got to do is to make sure that Beth and Rachel stay in the club till it shuts. I'll give you enough time to get back here and do what I have to do.
Are we going then? Peter's going to get Beth there before us.
Better that then. Party time, eh?
I can't believe I ain't let it slip. I'm using no good at keeping secrets. Am I, Mum? Come on.
I'll tell you what, when we finish these, we'll get off into town and then back to my place.
Fine. You don't mind not staying here, do you? It's just that Peter and the others are coming along for a birthday party and, well, I'd rather not be around when they get here.
Nah, no problem.
All right, Tess, all right?
All right, Jim.
Didn't know you two were an item. You do know she lives with that Alison?
Yeah, well, it doesn't make it a rapist, does it? Take no notice of him.
Oh, aye, looks like like the birthday mob. What's all they say? Got a dress code in here, you know, it's not a rave night.
These T-shirts are being ironed, Jim.
It's cheeky, so-and-so.
Have you seen who she's with? Do you reckon he's one of her escort customers?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, she's out nearly every night and she's not short of a few bob these days.
Hey, hang on, no minors. I've just had to waive the dress code for those two bananas.
Oh, come on, Jimmy. She's with a private family party. It's not as young as some of the ones who let her with nappies on the rave nights.
Yeah, all right, go on then. Hey, but no alcohol. Let's look to say that the rest of you need to hold back. Crack open a few bottles of the house sparklers, shall I, eh?
I don't know what to have. This place makes me feel really old.
Oh, go away. Have what you like. First drink's all sorted, thanks to Jimmy.
Oh, that's really kind.
Don't forget, just tell them what you want at the bar. It's the first drink's on the house. Thanks, Jim.
Some big night for bar profits this is gonna be, isn't it?
So you decided the game's going into work tonight, eh?
Yes.
Tell you what, you make a lovely couple. Soon be meeting the Polish parents, eh? Hey, Jim. Do us a favour. You only see Peter Addison coming in with Beth. Give us a shout so we can shout surprise and that.
What? You don't think I'm gonna let him in here, do you?
Oh, come on, you're not gonna carry on with that stupid vendetta, are you?
Till he put me under, mate. That scum Addison walked free after raping my niece, remember?
Yeah, so you're gonna spoil a kid's birthday, ruin a mother's surprise party, just so you can look big in front of a fella who was found not guilty.
Leo, come on.
All right. I'll keep pushing the company for sponsorship because I believe it's really worthwhile trying to keep all these kids off the streets.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I'm really impressed, Charles.
Can I come here and play footy and not that?
Well, no, son. You see, it's for kids that have got nowhere else to play, you know.
I've got nowhere to play.
I know that.
I don't see any reason why Leo shouldn't come along.
No? Well, I suppose it would do him good to mix with other kids, you know.
Yes.
See, he's turned into a bit of a loner, you know, with us having no proper neighbours and that. And, yeah, it'd be good if he could come along here.
Yeah, well, I think his dad should come along too. Yeah. You could do a spot of football coaching or something. We rely on parents to help out.
Charles, listen, I can kick a ball about, but I'm not good enough to teach anybody, you know.
If you'd be willing, it'd be good enough. The one thing the project is really short of is interested parents. Look, it'd just be basic stuff for the under-12s, not Sunday league or anything.
Well, you get a whistle and a stopwatch. No, seriously, you'd be good at it.
Yeah, it'd mean giving up a couple of evenings every week. But you're just the sort of bloke some of the livelier ones could do with.
I don't know about that. And I am busy at the pizza parlor most nights, but, yeah. I suppose I could give it a go, couldn't I?
Thanks, me. I appreciate it.
We ready for off then, Coach?
Yeah, sure. See you then, Charles.
Okay, bye-bye.
Had a good night, innit?
Yeah.
He's all right, Charles, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Go on, kids.
I was having a really good time in the pub. It had a dead good atmosphere. I don't know why we have to come here. I didn't even know you liked the place.
Yeah, I know. I just fancied a change. Look, we'll just see what it's like, and then I'll get back to yours, okay?
One drink.
Can we go now, please?
Yeah, all right. Just give us a sec, eh? Thank you.
Oh, you rotten lot. Thanks, Margaret.
Hey. Hey, nice one, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
It's all right. We had a good time. I'm sorry I didn't get you a present.
Oh, slipped up, eh?
Well, no, not if Beth will accept driving lessons off me instead, my old banger.
What, you mean you can teach me how to drive? Oh, thanks, Peter. That'd be brilliant.
Do you mind if we go straight up to your flat?
Yeah, no, all right. Right then.
you doing here?
I just wanted to see your mum.
To say what? That you're pregnant by me dad or me brother?
No. Look, Jackie, I don't want to make any trouble.
What? You've already wrecked our family, made me mum ill.
Jackie, please, I know that. I just want to tell her how sorry I am.
I don't believe you. God, do you think she really cares how you feel? I mean, do you know the state she's in? Thanks to you, she doesn't care about anything anymore.
I just wanted to make things...
So go on, then. You want to make her feel worse than she already does. That's what you want. Do you want to get another drink?
Looks like steaming in there with Beth, isn't he?
Maybe she likes the uppy landlord type.
Beth seems to be enjoying herself.
Yeah. I think Rachel must be as well. I've hardly seen her since we got here.
Oh, please. Right. How are we?
Right, I'll get off then.
You got the spare key?
Yeah. Just make sure you keep the girls here. I'll just go to the toilet and then I'll get off, okay?
That Jordache kid's had enough trouble in her life without the likes of you pestering her.
Don't be so pathetic.
I'm telling you, Alison. Keep away from that young girl.
Come on now, Jimmy. It's you that's going to be upsetting Beth if you carry on with the stupid hard man bit.
I'll have you, Alison.
A little Alison Creepy. You'll be raping that little girl next. Yeah, well, don't you worry. I'm watching him all right.
Right, suppose better walk you back to the close then, eh?
Yes, okay. Thanks.
Now comes the awkward bit.
Oh, don't be embarrassed. It's an arrangement that suits us both.
I don't suppose you fancy staying the night, do you? It's just that Barry's away.
Thanks, but...
Oh, it's all right. I understand. It's just, well, sometimes I hate waking up, of a morning and nobody being there. Shall I make us a cup of coffee before you go?
Okay. Thanks.
Why can't we talk it out? I'll do my best to understand.
So, I'm just hoping I didn't fail my chemistry. I need 3 A's and a B if I'm going to get into it. Sorry. It's because I'm accessed my A-levels. I forget I'm being boring.
That's not you, honestly. It's just this place.
Yeah, me too. Do you want to go outside and get some fresh air? I hate all the smoke.
I was never prepared for this, but I'm trying to tell you how I feel tonight. I speak the truth, don't tell me no lies. Come on, baby.
Suppose you'll be wanting to get off then.
I don't like waking up on my own either.
So you'll stay then? I mean, I will pay you for the extra time and that.
But it's all right with you.
Yeah, sound by me. But doesn't it bother you like that people might see you leaving here?
No. Especially since people seem to have formed the idea we're a couple anyway.
Oh, it suits me. Makes me look good as well. I mean, them thinking I'm going out with somebody like you. Anyway, I'll get all the do-gooders off me back, won't it? Isn't it about time you found yourself a nice girlfriend, Terry? Tell you what, I'll make us some more coffee and then we can get off to bed, eh?
Don't spoil me too much, or I might want to stay over more often.
It's over. Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, Counselor.
So what are you doing here?
I didn't go in to see your mum.
Well, my dad's not here if that's who you want.
I know. I knew he'd be in the Legion. That's why I came here. It's you I wanted to talk to.
Hey, Sin. You digging for victory there, mate, or what?
Jeez, Jimmy. What are you doing here?
Not that other someone who brought the Georgia scale back here.
Yeah, well, he hasn't. So just go and leave them alone, eh?
What are you doing, mate?
Well, I'm burying something for Mandy. It's an insurance job, you know the score.
Oh, say no more.
Cheers, mate.
You're doing her a favour because you're a great mate, you know that?
Thanks,
And I respect you for that.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you. I am telling you, you have got an heart of gold, mate.
Thanks.
Hey, now, don't worry, don't worry. Secret's safe with me.
Okay, cheers, mate.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
No, Jimmy, no, look. Look, if you really want to help me, why don't you go back to the club? Just cover for me, in case anyone misses me.
For you, anything, mate.
Okay.
Anything.
Thanks, mate.
You and me, we're mates, aren't we?
Yeah.
We are mates, mates.
Yeah,
We'll go back.
Yeah.
And I love you.
Love you, mate.
We go back, you and me, mates. Anything. Hey.
Cheers, mate. Oh, God almighty.
I'm really looking forward to go to university. Well, that's if I get the grade. I'm not sure I'm ready for it, though.
I don't think anybody ever is. I know I wasn't when I went to Oxford a million years ago.
You make yourself sound ancient.
It's being around Mike and Keith so much. They make me feel pretty middle-aged.
Well, you're not bad for an old man.
Thanks. I suppose that means you won't mind being seen with me when I'm giving you driving lessons.
No, quite the opposite. Quite looking forward to it. Although I hope I'm not terrible at it.
It's all right. Got an old crash helmet somewhere.
Shut up, you. So, won't you mind being seen driving around with a would-be fresher?
I'll try to deal with it. I'm sorry. I thought...
No, it's not you, it's me. It's late and I've got to get home. I'm sorry.
But what about your party?
I just wanted you to know how sorry I am for all the trouble I've caused.
Yeah, well, it's done now. If it really is all over with you and me dad.
It is. Look, I can't say I didn't love your dad because I can promise you I won't be seeing him again.
And what about the baby?
There won't be any baby. Not after Monday. I'm having an abortion.
Does me dad know?
No, I don't want him to know either. I just wanted you to know that I mean what I say about staying out of his life, about staying out of all your lives, forever.
Oh, God, Beth. Don't look at this.
What are you doing?
That Brenner wanted your dad's signet ring.
And why didn't Mum tell me?
Because she didn't want to worry you. So I said I'd do it, but I can't. I know he was a bad man, Beth. But he's just buried there like a dog.
You don't know how bad he was. Nothing you could do to him now he's dead could be as awful as what he did to us when he was alive.
Oh, come on. I know he knocked your mum about.
Knocked her about? He terrorised her. He terrorised us all.
Yeah. But even so, I mean, this is terrible, this.
As terrible as raping me when I was 14. As evil as climbing into bed with Rachel.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God.
It's all right. It's all right. Look. I can do this. We can't risk Brenna making any more trouble. And she will if she doesn't get what she wants.
Come on. Let's do it together.